Now we're going to see letter of credit processing. Okay, letter of credit processing, or more popularly known as LC, is actually a type of payment guarantee given by the customer to the company, so that the company can ship the goods to the customer with the assumption that the payment will be realized 100%. This is normally useful when you are selling to a foreign customer who is outside of your country, where you cannot impose the legal remedy to recover the invoice amount should the customer fails to pay. Okay, let me just explain to you. So if the two countries are involved, let's say country 1 and country 2, for example, this is US, our Sun company is incorporated in USA, and this is in Great Britain. So our customer is in Great Britain. Okay, customer is in UK. Okay, let me just change to UK, whatever it may be. Alright, now our Sun Limited is in US. Sun company is in USA. So they are separated by a big ocean, which means that it's totally two different countries. So as I said earlier, you cannot impose legal conditions on a customer base in UK. So does this mean that you can't really trade with the customer outside of a country? No, it doesn't mean like that. That's where the letter of credit come into picture. Let me move this to the center. Yeah, okay. What customer will do is that the UK customer will do that he will issue a letter of credit. Okay, I should draw a I should draw a entity for bank, UK bank. This is in UK, right? Customers bank based in UK, and our bank which is based in US. Sun bank based in USA. So what the customer in UK will do, that he will contact his bank in UK, which is this one, and make the payment. Let's say the invoice value is $1,000. He'll make a payment of $1,000 to this bank, alright, customer's bank, and in return the customer will issue a letter. It's called letter of credit, back to the customer in UK. Alright, so that customer will send the letter to the US company, which is Sun. Alright, so now the US company knows that he has made a payment of $1,000 to his bank, customer's bank in UK. So the customer's bank in UK has in return given a letter back to the customer, and the letter is with Sun company now. So this letter means that confirms that the payment has been made to the customer's bank in UK. So with that guarantee, Sun company can ship the goods to UK. Alright, let me draw the flow now. Okay, here's what I have drawn. This slide will explain all the processes involved in a letter of credit. Firstly, I have not drawn the invoice sales between Sun company and customer yet. You have to assume that there have been an invoice that will be shipped to the customer from Sun company. So once the agreement is established, so the customer pays the invoice amount to the customer's bank in UK, and after receiving the payment amount, the customer's bank will issue a LC to the customer. LC is just imagine like a letter, a simple letter that you often receive from the bank. It is just that the heading of the letter will be like letter of credit, something like this. So otherwise it's just a normal letter, okay, normal payment guarantee letter, which will be sent to the customer in UK. The customer will send the LC to Sun company. That's why I have mentioned the third step is the customer will send the LC to a Sun company. Upon receiving the LC, the Sun company will check the LC value and other legal fields and make sure the LC is a proper one, is a legitimate LC, and then after making sure of that, Sun company will ship the goods to the customer in UK. That's the fourth step. Okay, then once the goods have been shipped, the Sun company will send the LC for collection of cash to his own bank in US. This is Sun's own bank based in US. So that bank will actually send the LC letter to the back to the customer's bank based in UK. Okay, they will collect on behalf of the Sun company and send it for collection. Then upon seeing the LC letter, which is issued by the bank themselves, they will make sure the LC is correct and then send the cash to the bank based in US. But one thing that the customer's bank will make sure is that they will contact the customer in UK and make sure the goods have been received. Only then they will send the cash out to the bank here. Okay, now once that have been confirmed, they will send the cash to the bank here. Alright, let me just elaborate this further. Okay, they will send the cash to the bank. I've just elaborated this so that it is clear that the customer's bank will make sure the goods have been received by the customer. Only then they will send out the cash to the bank here. And finally, the Sun's bank based in US will give the hot cash to the Sun company, which is based in US. Will give the cash, or they will just directly bank into the Sun's company account in the bank. Alright, this is the whole thing about letter of credit. Let us see, the first step in letter of credit is that we need to create a financial document. SAP calls letter of credit as a financial document. Let me just show you how to create that. Okay, the creation of financial document starts when the customer sends the LC letter to Sun at the third step. This is transparent to us. This is transparent to Sun company. So whatever happens here need not be recorded in SAP system, which is based in Sun. What needs to be recorded in Sun's SAP system is starting from this point. When they send a LC letter to Sun, they have to come here, the authorized person must come here and create a financial document, because LC information is stored in SAP's financial document. SAP calls LC as a financial document. Okay, but take note, this financial document will not be in the financial accounting module. You see, it is under logistics. Let me show you. Sales and distribution, foreign trade, payment guarantee, documentary payments, financial document. So you don't come and look for financial accounting here. It won't be here. The reason I am covering this topic in FIs here is because in some implementations, the job of creating a financial document will fall on the FICO's consultant's responsibility. So at that time, you cannot say that you don't know how to create a financial document as a FICO consultant. You need to know about that. Even though it's found under SD document, you cannot expect the SD consultant to do this. this is some overlapping functions in between SD and FICO, and more often than not, it is always the financial consultant who will be responsible to create this financial document, to configure or create, or to teach the user. So therefore I'm covering this in FICO module, but I will stop at the point where we create the financial document, and after we create the financial document, it has to be assigned to the sales order. Let me just draw that for you. Just hang on. Okay, see this. Firstly, we need to create the letter of credit, which is also called creation of financial document. Then we have to assign a letter of credit to sales order, which is also called assignment of financial documents to sales order. So we'll just, as a financial consultant, you need to do only this and give the financial document number to the SD consultant, and he will do the rest of assigning the letter of credit to sales order. Okay, I'll just show you this. Even though this is the function of the SD consultant, I will just show you the screens where you can do this, but I will not go into detail. But this one we'll see in detail how to create a financial document. Okay, all you have to do is come here, create the document, and you have to choose financial document category, whether it's revocable LC or irrevocable unconfirmed LC or irrevocable confirmed. Normally all the LCs are irrevocable and confirmed, so you have to choose this. I'll show you where to define that. So under this irrevocable confirmed, the several financial document type will be found. You just choose letter of credit and press enter. Of course you have to key in your company code. So let me show you. Once we come into the screen, you need to do certain settings here. Before that, let me just show you one more thing, how we can set let me just cancel this, cancel anyway, yes, sorry, where we can set, configure these two fields. You go here, IMG is under here, sales and distribution, foreign trade. Okay, because LC is used only for foreign customers. For domestic customers, normally we won't use LC, because if the customer doesn't pay, we can actually take a legal proceeding. Okay, now foreign trade customs, come under here, financial document type, you click this, you see, letter of credit and guarantee. You can create as many document type, financial document types as possible. Normally financial document type we create only letter of credit, but in the business world there are many other documents which is also be used as a payment guarantee. Letter of credit, bills of exchange and so forth are typical payment guarantees, but now our focus is only letter of credit, so we stick to letter of credit. If you want to create, you can create new entries. It's a very simple entry screen. So once you create this number, this 01 is number is the one which comes here. Okay, but when you list this, zoom into this financial document, you see only 01, right? You are not able to see the 04. So there's somewhere in the system where you are saying that for this financial document category, irrevocable confirm, you need to show only 01. So where is it set as such? Let me just show you here. Alright, let me just show you how to create a category first. Okay, you see this under, let me just close this, sales distribution, foreign trade customs, documentary payments. So I told you this number is the one which is shown here. So why the 4, this 4 is not shown is because of this. Says specify financial document control under relationship. Click this. You see this category, financial document category. irrevocable confirm C is only assigned to 01 financial document. So 04 is assigned with O, others, financial document category others. So if I choose irrevocable confirm, irrevocable unconfirm, revocable RCEU, I'll see 01 as a financial document type, and if I choose others, I'll see the 04. Let me just prove this to you. If I choose revocable, I see 01. If I see irrevocable unconfirm, I see only 01, and if I choose others, I can see 04. See, it's because of this setting here. Okay, financial document category is linked to the financial document type. Alright, you know where this is set. Let us go to financial document type 01, which is letter of credit. I just press enter. Okay, one more thing, the financial document category here is prefixed by SAP. Okay, you can't really add one more letter for this RCU. You can't really enter, because I can tell you this, because if we go to F1, this button here is disabled. This is the button for customizing. If we go to F1 of any field and note that the customizing field is disabled, you can conclude that this is prefixed by SAP. There's no customizing place that you can find that for the field. As opposed to financial document type, if I go F1, the customizing button is enabled. So when I see the enable customizing button, I can conclude that there is a place in IMG where I can configure this. All I have to do is just press this and press continue without specifying a project, and the system will show a list of places in IMG where you can configure this. Or if there's only one, it will just directly take you to that location. Just click here, and this is the place where you have to set the financial document type by clicking new entries. Go back, then come back to the place where you branch out. Alright, this is the purpose of the customizing screen, button. Now let us go back. We're going to create this. So you need to enter the customer. Obviously we need to enter the customer, otherwise we won't know who sent this letter to us. So you have to enter this customer here, the customer code of this guy. I have entered. The shipped party will be the same thing. The definition of shipped party will be covered in SD module. Okay, for now just enter the same number as a customer. Now financial document value, this is the place where you enter the document value mentioned in the letter of credit. So in our case, our invoice amount is 1000, so we assume the customer has sent us an LC for 1000, and the financial document value currency USD. Alright, then you go to the next tab, which is dates and delivery. Latest shipping date and validity end date is required field. There is a place in IMG where you can configure all this. Let me show that to you now. We go back to IMG again, quit this. It is over here, define indicators for financial documents. You just go here, double click on letter of credit. You see here, this field here, it says that required entry. So you can make it optional if you want to, or make it hidden. Since you make it required entry, the system will prompt you to enter value here in the customer. Okay, then request date is optional, and the validity, latest shipping date, validity end date has been made as mandatory. Let me just show you. It's 2 means required entry. That's why you can see a check mark here. This is optional. Okay, then you can also do certain checkings here. See, if you put a check mark, the system will do some checking. Let me just check what is this for. It's checking for. You will check, if you put a check mark there, you will make sure that the system will check the sales document or on in the delivery date whether the date lies before the goods issue date. Okay, this is important because letter of credit must be received before the goods issue, so you will do the checking if you check this. So similarly, you can go and check yourself what is the purpose of each and every checkbox. This one is in addition, the system checks the sales document or the delivery whether the date lies before the goods issue date. This is what we saw just now. Alright, creation date. What's the purpose of creation date? Furthermore, the system checks the sales document on the delivery whether the date lies after the goods issue date. Okay, these are checkings, but let us check this. This is a financial document value, what it can do. It checks whether the system will check sales document whether the value of the financial document is a payment guarantee for the transaction. This means that the value of the financial document entered is greater than the invoice amount. It can be greater but cannot be lower. If the customer buys for $1,000, he must make sure that he sends LC for at least $1,000 or higher. He cannot send for $500, so he will do that kind of checking here. The system will throw an error message when you try to raise a sales order higher than the financial document value, which is the LC amount, obviously. So you can do all kind of checkings here. Alright, you can control whether the particular field is mandatory or optional, income terms is optional or mandatory, all kind of checkings. Okay, it's done here under this option, financial document indicator. Okay, this is only indicator, you know. Don't assume that this refers to the financial document type, which is 01. Even though both are 01, this is financial document type, you see this, and this is financial document indicator. Not necessarily both has got a link until and unless you establish a link here. The link is established here. For this financial document type, the financial document indicator used is 01. So both are 01. It doesn't mean that both are 01 is linked. You have to create the link only in this screen. This can be some other number and this can be some other number, but both can be linked using this screen here. Financial document indicator. Both are different objects. Okay. All the parameters that I showed you just now is found in the financial document indicator. It's not directly set in the financial document type. You just have to link it here in the screen. Okay. Just take note of that. Then alright, let me just key in the dates. I can put whatever they are, just putting dummy date. Alright, Incoterms we put later. Okay, documents. This list says that what are the documents required in order to process the LC. You need to submit the export billing document, export packing list, certificate of origin. Here you see at this stage here, when you submit the LC for collection, you need to submit all these documents together, because you are exporting from US to UK, right? So you need to give the export documents listed here: export billing document, export packing list, certificate of origin, originals and copies, how many originals and how many copies are needed, right? Whether it's a status completed or not, you can tick here. So this list of documents is again configurable. It can be configured here. Define documents to be presented. See this? You give a code for each document ABC, then you link it here. Assign documents to financial document indicator. You assign it to 01. A, B, C all assigned to the financial document indicator. How many originals, how many copies, and so forth. And this indicator will be assigned to the financial document type over here. This indicator is assigned to here. So the system will know what are the documents to be shown here using this link. Right? Go to banks. Okay, banks in LC, you may have several banks involved, but the most important thing is the opening. Sorry, create an issuing bank first. I pressed something wrong. So the system will not allow me to go back. This is very bad. Let me just quit all the way and come back again. Sorry about that. 1000 letter of credit, yeah, document value, request date empty, and this date you must fill the date. Then you come here. Alright, this is the external. Just hang on a sec. Okay, you know what, before you go to bank section, you'd actually fill the opening bank. Okay, this is the bank which refers here. This is the bank which opens the LC. Opens the LC means the bank which issues the LC document. Okay, you have to enter the customer's bank based in UK. So let me just simply enter GB and choose a bank from Great Britain. Let me choose this, Citibank London. Okay, here external FD number means the LC document number as mentioned in the letter of credit. So that may be different from what the system will generate for us, because when I save this financial document, the system will generate a unique number for me from the number range maintained in the system. So that may not be the same number which is printed on the letter of credit, the physical number. So you have to put the physical LC number as stated on the letter, on the LC. Alright, so you just look at the LC letter and then you will find a number and then just key in here. Now we can go to banks. Alright, now it doesn't throw any more error message. So the list of banks which you need to configure, but normally we'll stick to opening bank. But if you need, depending on the country's regulation of LC, if there are more than one banks involved, you can set up all these banks here. Define bank functions. If you need more banks, you can just create new entry and then key in the new banks, and then you need to create the bank indicators. Alright, bank indicators, and assign it here, bank indicator, bank function, and then whether it's opening bank and so forth. So for bank indicator 2, the bank function opening bank is made a required entry, right? See the tick here, opening bank, bank indicator. You'll notice this bank indicator 2 is assigned here. 2 is assigned under U, which is under, we are in the C, irrevocable confirm, right? So for C, irrevocable confirm, the bank indicator 1 is used. So what is 1? Let me go and check. Sorry, not here. Bank indicator 1, opening bank is required. Alright, so that's why this is the bank indicator we need to look at. The opening bank has been set as required, the other banks are made as optional. So that's why the system was throwing in error message just now. You need to enter the opening bank. Alright, so other banks are optional. Okay, because you don't find this checkbox here for other banks, here we find it. Alright, in order for you to find the bank indicator, the correct bank indicator which is in effect, you have to go to the special financial document. We are doing C, right? C is irrevocable confirm. Go for C and make sure the financial document type is 01 is the one that we are using now, and you will know what is the bank indicator which is in effect now. Okay, now status is automatically set by the system when you save. Let's check it. You just save. You see the customer address is incomplete. We just go to customer, click on it, the address created. Okay, you need to enter a proper address and all that. Just click OK. Now save again. Opening date has not been entered yet. Alright, the opening date is over here. You need to enter a date. So So just enter a date and save again. And Incoterms have not been entered yet. Come here and enter the Incoterms. Enter FOB. Now you can save. Enter location for this London. Okay. Now save. Status A is set. What is status A? Let me just go back. Press enter. Oh, sorry. Cannot press enter. I will create a new one. Say I need to go to change financial document to. This is a financial document number that is created. If you have noticed, the financial document number would have been displayed here. So this is the one we created just now. Just go to 2. Just go to status. Status A is set. Alright. Document has been created. If the document is incomplete, then you will put a date here. So the document has been created on this date. So the status A is set. Okay. Now once this document is what you call vetted by your higher authority, and if they want to release, they will release the document, because this will be created by a clerk and then will be authorized and then set a status released by your finance manager. So once your finance manager confirms this, you can come here and click a date here. Sorry, click a button here. Document is available and can be used. Let's put a remark here, ready to use or anything, and just press save. So let me go back again. See, it's green now. It can be used. It can be ready. Alright. So now all you have to do is just copy this number and then inform your SD department that this letter of credit has been created in the system and they can use this. You can email this to them. So what they will do, we have seen this creation of a letter of credit, and they will assign it in the sales order. Okay, let me show you how they do that. Sales order, you have to go to VA01, right? Logistics, sales order, create order. So press enter. They will assign it here. This is to create the financial document display, but they will assign it in the item detail level. If you go to item detail level, there will be a field for you to assign the financial document number. In this case, they will assign financial document number 2 in the item detail level in the sales order. I can't show that to you now because I don't have sufficient data. This is an SD topic, not to worry about that. You just have to give as a financial consultant, you just have to give them the financial document number which is generated. They will assign it in the sales order and proceed with the next step, which is to ship the goods back to the customer. Then after that is done, they will send the LC for collection. Okay. Then once when they send the LC for collection, you can change the status here. Just change to actually here. Change has been closed and can be reorganized. Once the money has arrived, you can do a F28 T code. Go to F28 T code. This is an incoming payment, and key in the money that has been received from the UK bank through our bank, and offset the balance of the customer. Okay, this is where you have to key in the payment. Once your bank, the Sun's bank, sends the cash to Sun company, you'd come here and post the incoming payment using M-28. That's normal, you know how to do, right? So that you offset the customer's outstanding invoice amount with the money that you receive by encashing the LC, and that's about it. this process of LC. Okay.